Okay, so I don't see really any reason for us to go left or right. Forward seems like the direction to go.
Yeah, as you guys, just first coming to this entrance. So you guys have been traveling through the desert at least several hours since you took that stop at the ruins back in the desert in the Dune Sea. It took you several hours before you were able to move ahead and you were able to locate this pyramid in the distance. It was nighttime before you arrived, so Wayne and Maahes both have dark vision, so they haven't needed to use anything, but Blue and HK have both used up one of their torches, and they're now on their second torch each. At this point, you come to just the base of this large pyramid, probably over 100 feet high. You come to this entrance and you can feel the wind blowing out past you as you look in at this first chamber that you're looking at.
Okay. I would like for us to all move in slowly, step by step, searching for traps.
Very good. Actively searching.
Does that sound? Yes. How does that sound to everyone?
Good.
Yes.
Fine.
And I would like to go to this fork, and then we can reevaluate.
All right, so how about everybody's looking for traps?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody can go ahead and make a perception check then, since you're all actively looking. Perception or investigation, actually. So if you want to use your +6 to investigation instead of +5, that would be a 16 for you, Wayne.
So I'm rolling investigation?
If
Oh,
it's
perception. Okay.
it's your choice,
Oh.
kind of whichever you have better.
Can I give my torches to HK77 and Nugs?
Sure, if you want to divide those up somehow.
We can worry
Yeah.
about that later if it becomes an option.
Okay.
Because we can do the same thing with our food. We robots have food and we don't eat it.
That's fair. All right, well, the four of you grouped together carefully move ahead. As you begin to move across this narrow passage, you see these pitfalls on either side of you. This larger one over here, as well as these two smaller ones that appear to be crumbling in from something. You can't tell what has caused these walkways to deteriorate over time. But as Blue is the first one to take a step here on the right on this side, he accidentally knocks a rock that falls off the side and goes tumbling down the pitfall. You can hear the distant. Both Wayne and Maahes, however, with their dark vision, they can actually see down to the bottom of these pitfalls. You can't tell exactly how far it is at a glance. You all managed to make it up to this little fork here without any altercations. Over here, there appears to be some kind of broken walkway with kind of a portcullis gate blocking the way there. Over to the right here, you can see a ramp that goes up, and you can't see over the top of that from where you're standing here. Forward is where it appears to be the most unobstructed.
Have I had any new revelations from my vision upon arrival here or anything?
You're not getting like recurring visions. You're not. Maybe you're looking at a couple things a little differently. I suppose you could go ahead and make an insight check if you want to think back on your vision of what you can remember and what you can apply here. All right, so you're thinking about your vision, and it's mostly just reminding you that this crypt, this pyramid, this tomb was built by a powerful warrior from long ago, and that, it makes sense that there's a lot of tricky things just right here in the gate right away.
All right, I suggest we keep heading north.
Sounds fine by me. I would like to continue looking for traps as we march forward.
Certainly. Does everyone want to go ahead and make more perception checks? Is everyone still looking for traps?
Yes. Can I be stealthy?
Nice. If you want to stealth instead of perception, yes. If you're
Score.
hiding behind your allies, I suppose.
Yes, I'm behind Wayne right now.
So you can roll a stealth instead of a perception.
Which I think is fine if we run into anyone.
Yeah.
Get the drop on them.
Oh, that was like the lowest roll ever.
Yeah, the lowest roll possible. So Maahes is moving forward. I guess she probably knocks a couple of rocks off this other side that tumble down. You're probably, I mean, you're hiding behind Wayne, but anyone from the other side would pretty easily be able to see you peeking out. As you move forward, though, oh,
Have you guys ever seen cats like stalking something and they keep making chirping noises and they're not being very stealthy as a result of that? That's
yeah.
what I imagine Maahes is doing right now. She's like kind of she's trying to stealth, but she's kind of bounding around going meow meow meow.
I
Like
was imagining
something.
her walking around just saying, "I'm invisible. I'm invisible."
I have figured out how to stand so still.
Before we move on, can we have me and Blue switch positions in the order?
Sure.
You
guys
go with that,
actually
Blue?
As you are moving forward with this natural 20 here, as well as Blue's perception, the two of you can see this door over here up to the left, but the both of you notice, not the door itself, but kind of the handle, even from this distance. HK especially notices it with that natural 20, and then a moment later as Blue comes by to pass as well, you both notice that the handle to that door is coated in kind of a powdery white substance. The door itself is kind of a sandy yellow-orange.
Okay, can I do a check to see if I can figure out what it is?
Yeah, if you want to go over and make an investigation check.
I would like to do the same.
Checking out that
Ooh.
door.
I think I figured out what it is, guys.
So HK comes over and he looks at this powdery white stuff, and it doesn't look like sand, but it doesn't look like anything else that he can really pick out. Wayne goes over, however, and he looks at this powdery white stuff, and you kind of, glancing at it now, might actually think it might be some kind of cooking powder, like baking soda or flour or sugar or something like that, with that natural one, that 7 you got.
Why are you being so suspicious?
Wait,
This doorknob.
what about me?
Steven was the one that originally wanted to go up and look at it.
Sorry, I saw.
And I'm the one that rolled the 20.
You did the rolling 20 plus 1 thing
Yeah,
again.
you
Oh,
gotta put
shit.
a D before that. I see what happened. There you go.
Well, I still do better than you guys.
Yeah. So you go over and investigate. You're looking at it, and it still doesn't look like anything you've seen before. But if you're just getting the feeling that it might not be great to touch just from where it is. It's on this handle, and kind of inconspicuously. So if somebody came over, they might grab it without noticing. That's kind of what
Okay,
you glean
is
from
this
All right,
is this a very sturdy door? Like, could we kick this in if we wanted to?
hold on.
Okay.
All right, fine. You guys are all so afraid of it. I'm going to cast Mage Hand, and I'm going to open the door with my Mage Hand.
Yeah, nice. Very nice. The handle responds immediately to your mage hand. The powder is just kind of wiped off by the hand, and the door is not locked, so it opens right up. Beautiful.
Do we
See-
want to continue through the doorway, or do we want to continue through more or less the center of the pyramid?
I want to go whichever direction gets us the most monster kills as possible.
Agreed.
I'd say that there's obstacles involved here, and obstacles mean rewards, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go through the door.
I would like to do that, continuing to actively search for traps.
Very good.
Hi, Blue.
You can step
Hello.
into that room. You can roll a perception or investigation check of your choice.
Can I roll another stealth check?
Indeed. Very nice. So Wayne enters. You kind of just see
Oh,
what you
so
see
much
here on the map. Yeah, that's much better. At this point, you're able to slink behind the rest of them. But Wayne, you enter and you see just kind of what you see there on the map. You see the stones you're stepping onto here, the sandstone floors, and then you see a little further the kind of the big open pit ahead of you. In addition to, let me pull that out. This whole section that I've now highlighted is a chasm, or a shaft basically, that goes up from there. But where you're standing right now is covered, and anything that's not in that teal square is also covered. But there it's a chasm that goes up, and a pit that goes down. So you can see this teal square, as I said, this teal rectangle it's above the pit there, and then it opens up into a larger rectangular chasm that goes up. But then, of course, below that is this pit, just like the one you saw in the entrance there. It goes down. HK in blue, you can't see the bottom, but Wayne, with your dark vision, Maahes, if you step in with your dark vision, you can both see to the bottom of this pit. And immediately right here, there seems to be some kind of liquid or non-solid material that's at the bottom of this pit. You can't make out exactly what it is from the distance and with your dark vision, but it's not solid ground down there.
Okay. There appears to be a mysterious puddle of some kind.
And it's as big as that same teal square. So it stretches from this platform to this platform, all the way to the far platform there that those without dark vision actually can't see because they just have their torches.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this a situation where we try to get over to that other landing over there? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I can try to skip to right here. Is that gonna require a check, or is it close enough?
It is going to require a small acrobatics check to kind of
Oh,
move around.
What about athletics?
That corner there? Do you want to try to do a little running jump? That would be an athletics check.
I
Instead
have
of
expertise in athletics. You want me to try it, Levi?
I have a 10 in acrobatics, y'all.
You have expertise as a fighter?
Oh, I have +6. Well,
I have
don't know.
+7.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a +10 in
How are
acrobatics.
you guys getting pluses so high? Damn.
Because we specialized and didn't do jacks of all trades stuff.
Is it okay if I roll an acrobatics check?
Yes, if you want to try and slink around that corner, you can go ahead and roll an acrobatics check.
I never had opportunities to get that much stuff in one thing.
I got a 13.
Yeah, Maahes is very easily able, with her cat-like agility, to kind of edge around that corner there without slipping.
Yay.
And you can see what you see there.
There's like some circles in the corner. There's like 3 little circles.
From the top
And
down, those are pots. You can see the little handles on the side. They're made of kind of a sandstone clay-like material that matches much of the rest of the dungeon. Yeah, so you're able to take a step back and you run over. You easily clear that pit. Make it to the other side.
Nice.
Before... Okay, I'm assuming the rest of us are going to go across as well. Just to be safe rather than sorry, we have ropes as part of our equipment. Can we chuck one end of the rope across to Wayne or something? You can hold on to it just in case we don't make the jump.
How much?
How much do you weigh?
Okay, I'll just jump it. It's fine.
No, how much do you weigh?
I never
big.
actually determined that.
Like a robot,
Uh,
big metallic robot.
Yeah, it's not going to be light though.
How much is your equipment total? If you go to your equipment and say weight carried.
126.2.
And how much would a medium-sized creature typically weigh?
Well, how much?
So,
Warforged? Way more?
Because we're the same race, I chose my height as 6'4", and based
Wow.
off of the weight that works out for Warforged, I'm like 305 pounds.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think we'll be okay. I was just trying to be safe.
Sure. I mean, if you want to throw some rope over, or Wayne wants to take it, whatever you guys decide.
I'm going to put down all of my gear, and then I can take the rope and feel okay about it.
Fine.
Sure. You drop your pack probably over there near the pots.
All right, let's do this.
All right. So HK, he tosses the rope across. Wayne takes it, pulls it taut, maybe about 10, 15 feet of rope there. HK winds up, takes a charge, and jumps across the pit, landing safely.
Oh my gosh, I was so worried with that 6.
Yeah, me too.
It's a
All
little
right,
one.
same thing from me.
Yeah, nice. They step aside, and you're able to leap right over.
Should we check every little pot for loot?
Should you guys?
I checked the pots.
The first pot that you reach your hand into, it appears to be filled with some kind of oily liquid, a clear oily liquid.
Whoa. I want to be clear. I'm looking in them before I just stick my hand in there.
Okay, well, you look inside and you see a clear oily liquid. Probably only
How
about
do
like
how
a
do you
fourth
check
of the
spots,
pot.
Luke?
I mean, if there's something inside. What if there's coins in there?
Clear oily liquid. Okay.
Clear oil.
And
I want to
that's
see
in
what's in this pot by sticking my dick in first, please.
Negative.
Piranhas.
That is needed.
The first one has some oil at the bottom of it.
I peer into the second pot.
The second pot appears to have some kind of black, sludgy liquid.
Okay. I peer into the third pot.
In the third pot, you find 5 gold coins.
Do I add that in my inventory? Or...
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I make
How-
some sort of check to see if I'm familiar with any of these mysterious liquids?
Sure, you can make a... Which one are you investigating first?
The oily one.
All right, you can go ahead and
How
investigate.
do I?
that.
Hang
Or
on.
make
okay,
a make like a
how do-
nature check.
Arcana check?
A nature
Did you
check.
say? Oh, nature. I thought you said a mage check.
No problem. That makes sense. Wayne
All right, I added.
investigates the oily liquid, and it appears to just be some kind of vegetable cooking oil.
Perhaps we can make a delicious meal with this, or if you robots run out of torches, you might be able to use this for your sight.
We can keep that in mind in case we need it in the future.
All right, I'd like to investigate the black sludge.
Sure, make a nature check.
Can we use the oil to burn the whole dungeon down?
You can try.
I doubt there's enough.
This also appears to be made of stone. Stone does not
Nice.
burn.
Yeah, that's true. Nice. So with that 21, that nature check, that black sludgy substance, you're able to immediately identify as tar, and the same substance that's at the bottom of this pit.
Gross.
Yeah, it's very thick. It would get, I mean, it's sludgy and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
I suggest we move forward while looking for traps.
Agreed.
Nice.
Yes.
And I'll go ahead and roll some more perception checks as you move into that little hallway. And what you see here, so this, oh nice.
Natural 20.
Yeah, beautiful. You're moving through, you don't see any issue whatsoever. As you get up to this isn't actually a portcullis that is closed. It's an open portcullis, so there's a small narrow gate opening in the top that the bottom little spikes of the portcullis are sticking out of, but the gate is completely open at this moment.
Oh, okay.
Let's go through the gate.
And is that a lever I see on the other side?
Yes, that is a lever over here in this little area, past the open portcullis.
This looks suspicious to me.
I would agree.
Let's go through it.
Let's cautiously go through it.
How about this? I'm going to cast Mage Hand, and I'm going to pull the lever.
Very nice. From where you're
Yes.
standing, Mage Hand is able to reach out and grab that lever. It pulls down effortlessly with a ka-chunk, and the gate in front of you closes shut, but you also hear what sounds like other gates opening up to both sides of where you're standing, to the left and to the right.
I would like to
Ooh.
pull the lever again.
Very good. The hand pulls the lever down, just like that again. You hear the same thing, gates shifting kind of in every direction.
Do we know if they're shifting up or shifting down?
You can't tell. You can just hear the sound of chunk, the heavy metal and gears moving. But you can see through that portcullis now that this far one right across from you has opened up.
Okay, but the gate in front of us is still closed.
Yeah, it's still closed.
What's it made of?
It appears to be made out of some grade of iron. It's fairly decent quality.
All right, so just to
Sorry, go ahead.
clarify, I pulled the lever one way. I heard doors open to the sides, and then I pulled it back the other way.
No, sorry. You pulled it down the first time, and you heard the gates opening and closing, and then the lever automatically pulled itself back up, resetting, and then you pulled it again. And it
Gotcha.
resets
All right.
every time you pull it down.
I'm going to pull it again.
Very good. Pull the lever again. You see that far gate close as you hear other gates shifting as well.
You want to keep pulling it until the gate in
Yep.
front of us opens?
Yep. Pull it again.
Sure. You pull it another time,
Yes. Keep pulling.
and one more time is what opens up that gate.
Neat.
Shall we cautiously move into the next room?
That's what I'm going to do.
Wayne steps past the portcullis opening.
I follow Wayne.
Very good. Maahes, HK, both on that tile there. Step inside.
Oh, look, there's even more gates. I think this
What
leads
is-
to the previous room.
What's the lever thingy?
It's
That's
the
what he
thing
was
we've been pulling.
Oh, I couldn't see that on my map earlier.
Yeah, and you guys were kind of in a narrow passage, so Wayne was probably the one who was mostly able to see what he was doing. The rest of you were kind of like, oh, Wayne, what are you doing? What's happening?
Pull the lever.
All right,
Let's do
so
it.
we need to pick a direction, and we need to make sure that we know where we've been.
Okay, so the gate to the left is the first gate that we saw coming into the dungeon.
You mean to the right, probably?
Yes, it's on the Maahes side.
Yeah.
Yeah, this gate that I'm closest to, it looks like it's the gate that was that first gate that we saw coming into the dungeon. So I feel that we should go towards the left.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to pull the lever again.
With your mage hand or with your regular hand?
Mage hand.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, we have robots, so can't they just like pry open the
Damn.
bars?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say, aren't they disposable?
That too.
That too.
Pull the lever one time. It resets.
Should we check out this room before we move on? Just at least poke in?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, let's check this out.
Can we do a perception check? Make sure we're not
Indeed.
charging into doom.
Yes, perception check.
Everybody can make perception checks. Nice. 25. And then a natural 20, but you only had non-advantage with that.
Why am I getting such shitty rolls?
Hey, it's good you're getting those shitty rolls out now, and it's not in combat yet.
Yeah,
Alright.
true.
So, HK and Maahes kind of come in and they're glancing around. They don't pick out anything spectacular, though. But Wayne comes in. Well, Nugs comes in. He sees right ahead of you this large pit, this other platform over here. Wayne, however, with your 25, you're able to tell pretty much right away that this is the same room that you came from, and that in that direction is the door you came through in the first platform you were on. You can tell right here, though. Let me draw another little square here in a different color to help differentiate it. This red square, you can tell from here, Wayne, with your dark vision, that red square, although it is as far down as the sludge is here, this is solid ground, made out of the sandstone material, but it is still far down. Pitfall distance.
Okay. Well, that's better than ToR'E, I suppose. All right. But I don't see any traps. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to vault over to the next side.
Very good. You can make a athletics or acrobatics.
And just to be on the safe side, Smarty, will you hold my rope?
Yes.
How long?
Or wait, no.
How long
Steven
of a
should do
rope?
it because he's stronger than you.
Or both of us.
Yeah, both of you.
Nice. That'll give advantage.
Can
How
I
much-
can I roll too?
Yeah, but how much rope do you guys want to attach to Wayne?
Like, let's just say 20 feet of slack.
Yeah, just enough to make the jump, not enough to fall and actually hurt yourself.
Sure. So you guys tie some rope around kind of waist and torso, I guess, and with about 20 feet of slack, but he is able to make it over to the other side.
Yay!
I don't see anything over here. But I can search around for traps or maybe hidden doors, hidden
Perhaps.
things.
You can go ahead and make a perception or investigation check to look around the platform you're on, if that's what you would like to do.
Let's not. Let's continue to hold the rope so we have it just in case. Let's be safe and smart.
All right.
Overly
so
cautious robot.
Dang.
Yes.
So, Wayne, with his investigation check, looking around kind of all these different walls here, you don't find anything amiss or that would suggest any kind of secret passage or anything like that. However, as you're all doing this, as Wayne is investigating and as Maahes... Wait, did you already roll your...
Not yet. Should I?
Okay.
I was waiting.
No, no problem. Thank you for waiting. Before you do, while you're gearing up to do that... This is great. Fun times. All right.
What's that?
So, as Maahes is gearing up to go ahead and jump over that chasm, Blue, you're holding kind of in one hand. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so you're standing there, Blue, with your torch in one hand, the rope in the other hand, when a boulder flies up out of the darkness and strikes the edge of this platform right near where you're standing. Just crashes into the wall. It breaks chunks of the wall. It doesn't hit you, however, it just barely misses you. But chunks of the wall fly away and down into the pit.
I'm gonna take a step back, and I want to move to the center of this room.
Sure.
I would, when I hear the big bang, I would turn around and I'd start looking around to see what happened and what caused it.
Yeah, you can't, you can't... The edge of your dark vision, you can't tell. You just see kind of over here, there's the chunks of the platform missing now.
I mean, would it be worth, like, if we use some of that cooking oil with some rope on my spear and threw my spear down there, and I can recall my spear if I need to?
I like that idea.
Yeah, that's pretty
OMG,
cool.
yes.
You would have to go back and get that oil.
In the meantime, we should probably all retreat to the room before this in case something's throwing rocks at us.
Yeah.
We can investigate even if we know what's throwing rocks at us, though, what are we gonna do about it? Why don't we maybe we just go explore a different direction?
I could Eldritch blast it over and over again if I could see it.
At this point, yeah, you weren't even looking at where it was coming from, so you almost don't even know where to look into the darkness from where you are.
All right, I'd like to return.
Yep, jump back over.
Okay, Paul.
You can make that check. Or they can just, oh yeah.
Woo, thank goodness.
You easily make it back over. And as you all exit, another boulder does fly up and kind of, it doesn't strike, it doesn't hit onto the platform, it kind of hits the wall, bounces off, hits another wall, and then tumbles down.
I'm gonna pull after everybody's inside, I'm gonna pull the lever.
I would let Wayne do that with his mage hand just in case there's a trap or something involved.
Yeah, pull the lever, mage hand.
Nice. You pull down the lever once again. It resets itself as the portcullises switch around. That's the word for today, portcullis. It's that kind of door or gate where it's bars crossing bars, usually used on a castle.
I'm going to I'm gonna let Wayne perceptively advance.
I will investigatively advance.
Sure.
Looking for traps, weird things, hidden rooms, etc.
You move ahead with an investigation of 17, and where are you moving to?
One step at a time into this room.
Sure. You see nothing peculiar from the gate opening there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I see something a little peculiar.
Well, now from there, you can see this tiny corridor. It's not even 5 feet across. It's much tighter than that. This wall to the immediate bottom is actually sloping. It's sloping inward towards you guys, so it gets smaller as it comes towards you. There's less space for your head, and you can see in this little nook here, there is an unfortunate ambient storytelling skeleton.
I would like to investigate how he died, if at all possible.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make an investigation.
Okay.
On the skeleton. Alright, even with your 8, you look at him and you can see, Long time dead. There's no flesh left on the bones. It's just a dry, sandy skeleton. Doesn't appear to have any items left. Can't figure out precisely the cause of death, but you think it might have something to do with this tight space it was closed into. You can't
And you're
tell
saying it's tapering towards the skeleton, so it's getting the corridor's getting smaller towards the skeleton.
No. Where you guys are standing, it slopes inwards. This entire room. It's sloping. The south wall is getting tighter. It's sloping inwards towards you guys, like it's in line with this outside slope of the pyramid. It's not like the ground you're on is sloped.
Oh, the wall.
Yeah.
I see.
So there's more space near your feet, but near your head, it's a little tight.
Okay, but his bones don't seem to be broken or cracked in any obvious ways.
No, yeah, they mostly seem intact.
All right, I'd like to continue on.
Sure.
And just let me know when I need to re-roll investigation, because that is something I want to. Oh, hi, Blue.
Yeah, from what you can tell. Yeah.
I suspect that guy got locked in there and just starved or something.
Yeah.
That is a good theory.
All right.
All right. Pull the lever.
Pull the lever and open the portcullis on our left side, right?
Yeah.
With the mage
Yes.
hand, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Mage hand once again pulls down that lever, and this far left portcullis opens up.
Moving on out, looking for traps and secret rooms. Oh, look, a cul-de-sac.
Can all make perception or investigation checks as you're moving forward. Very nice. Yeah, nothing's amiss from any of you. Nugs is 20. Everything seems pretty safe and stable. Just ahead of you.
I found a ladder.
And that ladder goes up. You can tell it goes up about 20 feet right onto an edge. The only opening... Here, let me illustrate this as well. So, the red part is covered, and the teal part is the only part that leads up. And it goes up with the ladder about 20 feet from what you can all tell there.
Do we want to continue to search this floor or push on?
do we hear any noises coming from above?
With the perceptions you all made entering this room, you don't really hear anything.
HK, do you know anything about your vision about whether or not we need to go up or down, ultimately?
I don't know, do I?
The vision wasn't that specific.
Nope, no idea.
I say we go up.
So we can either continue exploring the base, or we can just go up and take it as we go. Do it live.
Yeah, let's.
Problem solving.
Let's
go up.
Are we allowed to backtrack if we need to?
100%.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
can go
absolutely.
wherever you like.
There's not something obstructing us.
Awesome, because there's still 2 different doorways that we haven't explored on this level.
Oh, there's...
At least.
I would say
Yeah.
you guys...
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say anything like this. I would say you guys might have seen maybe like 20-25% of this level.
Thinking there's
Yeah.
still quite a bit probably here.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think I can throw boulders.
But if you want to proceed up, you may. Are we doing that?
If we find any equipment, magical items, whatever, useful things are likely to be easier on this level, and it could help us be more prepared to take on the next level.
I'm inclined to search the rest of this floor then.
Same. Let's back.
Agreed.
Sure.
Let's open
Yeah.
up the northern.
Okay.
My question is, how did that guy get trapped in there? I mean, he would have had to have been left there by whoever he was traveling with.
That's pretty rough. I hadn't realized that. Or maybe he was trying something tricky, like he was trying to throw a rope through the portcullis.
Yeah. All right, rope and jump.
20
Yes.
feet of rope.
Yep.
Nice.
Natural 20.
You basically...
I
Woo!
do a pirouette as I
Nice. Your
make a
feet
leap.
Should I do a rope with the jump or just a jump?
up to you.
I'm gonna just jump.
Nice.
Roll is just
yeah.
a jump.
You're all jumping over fairly easily. And for HK. Nice. No problem. No problem whatsoever.
Okay, I am going to perceptively advance to those 3 pots because I want to see what's inside them.
Sure. move ahead. You look. Which pot are you looking into first?
The one on the right on the bottom.
You look inside there, and you find 10 silver pieces.
I check the next pot up.
Sure. So that big one, that one's pretty big. You look into the top of that pot, and as you do, all right, so you look right through the opening at the top there. As you do, that pot kind of begins to shake and explodes into shards up against you. At this distance, however, there isn't much of an impact or anything. It just kind of explodes and the shards kind of bounce harmlessly against your Warforged skin. Pieces scatter, and it doesn't appear that there was anything inside.
Alright, I'm gonna check the next pot, the one that's closer to the left at the top there.
Sure. Maahes, you can roll that stealth, but you're investigating this other pot. That one is going to be filled about halfway up with sand. Maahes is very stealthy.
I'm going to... Like, how tall is this pot?
This little one, that one's probably about 1.5 feet high. It's a little one. The one that you stuck your face in that exploded on you was much larger.
The one that's half full of sand, I'm gonna overturn the pot to see if maybe there's anything in the sand.
Yeah, nice. Do you want to, like, pick it up and dump it out, or are you just knocking it over?
Yeah, like pick it up and turn it over and let all the sand fall out onto the floor.
Very cool. You do that, and in the sand, there is a small lead statuette of the goddess Skode.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the party, does anybody know much about the significance of this statue?
Ooh, can I do a history check?
It would be a religion check.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to do a religion check because it's... Well, I guess, can we all do a religion? Ooh.
Well, yeah, anybody who wants to check it out.
Yes, the Scrotus, or the Scrotum God.
Just those two? Does anyone else want to?
I am very familiar with this deity.
Oh, yeah, you know who she is. Was HK or Blue, were you guys going to do a... Okay.
Oh, poor HK.
No problem. HK knows who she is, but not a lot of other details. But Wayne, yeah, you know, and Maahes, you know a little bit of this as well. Not the entire clear picture, but Wayne, you pretty much know that Skode is one of the, or Sode, one of those. She is the god of night and shadow in the Opkesh region. She is also known for being the guide of the dead and having a number of convoluted death rituals in order for her followers to successfully be ferried to the afterlife by her. But in addition to that, Wayne, so that's kind of the end of Maahes' knowledge. She knows it's the goddess of death and the guide of the dead. Wayne, you've heard rumors that Skode has these complex rituals just for the purpose that the rich and powerful who amass wealth during their lifetime and then bury it with them. She has these rituals so that those riches can then be plundered by later looters. That's one of the rumors you've heard. But otherwise, she's a well-known and respected goddess.
Is the purpose for the ritualists to take that wealth with them, or is there maybe some other purpose that they're trying to achieve?
The official, kind of like the scripture stuff, is that if you want to keep all your treasures, you got to bury it with you in a fucking awesome tomb. And so there are a number of different tombs and crypts throughout the Opkesh region, but this is one of the more magnificent legendary ones that you've heard of.
Okay, I'm gonna check the...
I would relay that.
Nice.
I'm gonna check the last pot on the right.
Sure. That pot, it's about 2 feet high. You find more of that same oil substance inside, maybe about a foot of it.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that while I did that, somebody else checked the other 2 pots. I'll let you guys do that.
Sure.
And if Stephen isn't going to keep that what is it, statuette,
the
religious symbol?
statue of Skode.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hang on to it for sure. Unless somebody says like, "Oh, hey, I need that." Unless somebody like says, "Hey, I need that," I'm gonna hold on.
No, I just want to make sure we were keeping it.
The Warforged are the ones that would not get lead poisoning from it.
Good.
And you guys want to check those other pots?
Sure. I'll do it.
Okay.
I will investigate these pots.
Okay, so that first big one there?
Yeah.
All you're going to find inside, so this pot is about 3 feet high, but there's just going to be like 6 inches at the very bottom of solid wax.
Interesting. And what's in the other one?
The other one, you're going to find kind of like a dusty material, not quite sand. It looks like it might have been something else that decayed and deteriorated over time. You can make an investigation check if you want to kind of try and figure that out. All right, you can tell it was some kind of organic compound, maybe some like plant or animal tissue, but you can't tell what it was at this point. It's too deteriorated.
Okay, I'm gonna pour the contents of that out to see if there's maybe anything buried inside of it that's useful.
Okay, that was
Digging around.
Yeah, that was a very small amount. It's probably just a few inches of that dust, but if you turn it over, those ashes fall out and there's nothing in it.
All right, I have an idea about the taxi thing. I would like to discuss it with my party first. So I'm not saying that I'm actually doing it. Well, since we've got that oily, it's the same vegetable oil stuff that I investigated before, correct? Similar enough?
Yeah, similar enough.
Okay. We can light it on fire and then put the vase that has the wax in it on top. And then once we have the wet wax, we could just sort of pour it out rather than putting the oil and melt in the vase that way. We'll just heat up the ceramics and get hot wax as a result.
Yep, I like it. Let's do it.
The only thing, though, that I fear is that perhaps this oil is a bit more combustible than we're giving it credit for. So, how about we all stand back a little bit, and I will have my mage hand use a tinderbox over the oil to light it, and then
What if we just what if we just pour a small amount onto the floor, like just a doppel of it, light it and see? I don't know.
I mean, I suppose.
Just use the mage hand. It's easier.
Yeah. Second thing I would like to check is how heavy is the wax vase in total?
So, although it is only a small amount of wax, the pot itself is kind of large. It has the handles on the side, which make it easier, but it is probably about like 25, 30 pounds.
Okay.
It's big.
That
it's made of
means
stone.
my mage hand will not be able to lift it. So let's go ahead and step back.
But we can pour the waxy stuff or the oily stuff into the wax.
No, because what if there's something in there and then we like burn it or boil it or melt it? I mean,
oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So now that we're all kind of behind cover, I cast Mage Hand and I give it my tinderbox and I send it over to start a fire.
On the oily one?
Yes.
Alright, so your mage hand floats across the little space there over that other pot, and somehow just the one hand by itself, it kind of splits itself into two different pieces that are able to strike the flint against the steel. A small shower of sparks spill into the pot, and it lights on fire. It does not immediately burn up, but now there's a little
smoke?
flame. Yeah, a little
Nice.
Flame out of the top of this pot, and the smoke rising.
All right, then I'm going to quickly grab the pot with the wax in it and I'm going to put it on top of our little fire.
Make a quick little athletics check.
Rip.
When I see him struggling, can I help him?
Yeah.
Ow, my back.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Shouldn't have tried that in one swift motion. This is emitting light now. Yeah, and HK. Yeah. Oh, I see. It was a natural one. Nice. HK is able to come over and help you, and the two of you are able to hoist that pot up onto this smaller pot. I mean, I might even say, okay, with the decent athletics check, you're able to lift it up and then carefully set it on top of this smaller pot. This smaller pot is kind of barely able to support the weight of this larger pot, but with the larger pot now on top of it, so HK, you're going to hold that pot over this pot?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you hold it over. I guess it takes, with that fire burning, the bottom of that larger pot heating up. It takes, I don't know, like a few minutes, but the heat is enough to heat up the bottom of that pot. And looking inside of that larger pot, you can both see the few inches of wax are being melted.
Okay. Once it starts to look sufficiently melted, can we just like dump it on the floor?
Yep, that's what I'd like to do.
Nice. Once the wax is melted, you dump it out onto the ground, and in the wax, let out now, there is a kind of a small, uncut red gemstone.
Nice. I'm gonna pick up the hot waxy gemstone with my mage hand.
Yeah. You grab it with your mage hand. It's small enough to fit in the fist of your mage hand, and you can kind of see it through the transparent hand sitting there in the center of the fist.
You want to
Nice.
just set it off to the side on the floor for a couple minutes, let it cool, and then we'll pick it up and be on our way.
No, we can just keep going. It'll cool off in the mage hand.
Okay. All right. I see one more pot across the hall.
Do you want to look in it?
Yep, I'll get this one.
As you're marching over to it, it begins to kind of shake in its place, and then it flies over at you.
Okay. I would immediately stop when it starts to shake.
Yeah, so you stop
no.
once it begins to shake, and it flies over at you while you are startled, kind of startled by it momentarily. You stop, and it flies over at you, and it impacts against your Warforged face. It shatters, and you take 4 points of piercing damage.
I didn't get an AC roll for this.
It rolled a 20 on its hit.
2 20s?
No, just one.
Because my cloak of displacement gives all attackers disadvantage.
Oh, I see. That's nice. That's good to know. That's outstanding. Very cool.
That was the magic item that I chose.
Well, you're wearing this cloak. So there's always kind of two of you. Nice. That is super helpful. That is very tanky. So let's see what it rolls.
Yep.
Oh, impressive.
Really?
That vase had a fucking vendetta. So what happens is the vase flies. You stop for a second, and your illusory double is nearby. But the vase flies at you, the real you. It impacts against your face, shatters into pieces. You take 4 points of piercing damage, and your illusory double disappears. Just for a moment, but it does disappear. Kind of all in that swift single action that happens. I think that's fun to think about that playing out. You're hit by the vase and your illusory double disappears and then reconstitutes after a second. But you do take that 4 points of damage.
Okay, I took the damage.
And that vase is destroyed. Its pieces on the ground now.
I'd like to search among the pieces of the vase. Was there anything inside it?
There doesn't appear to have been anything inside of it looking around. You kind of kick it then with your foot or poke with your finger or something.
Yeah.
All right. Which way do we want to look?
Left looks like there's nothing there, so do we want to just do a quick glance at that and then just to make sure there's nothing there and then move on? Pick a different
Yeah.
one?
I mean, it looks like something we could leap over. It's only 15 feet.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if it was a hole or a wall. I didn't know what.
Yeah,
Oh,
Blue
yeah, there's
and HK.
another one.
So here's the thing. Wayne and Maahes have 60 feet of dark vision, but Blue and HK have 40 feet of light. 20 feet of bright light, and then 20 feet of dim light after that, because of their torches. So Wayne and Maahes are a little more perceptive in this situation.
Okay, I don't think really there's much we can do here unless we really want to try to scale that gap. But it doesn't look like there's past the gap.
There's like a small stretch of walkable terrain, and then another 15-foot gap, and then another small stretch, and that's where my vision ends.
So that gray square down, Wayne and Maahes can tell is tar, and then those two red squares down are sandstone platforms.
I suspect that if we all jump over there, it's going to end in tears. So if someone really wants to take the risk, there could be something juicy over there. They can scout for us.
Can I do it?
Yeah, we can tie a rope to somebody and have one person jump over, and not all of us have to go over there, right?
Yep. And she's still kind of stealthing too, right? So she can do it without angering the boulder thrower.
Yeah.
Well, from here, you guys still don't know where the boulder came from. You don't see anything in the immediate vicinity.
Right. So I'm still stealthy, so I can still hide from the boulder thrower. Right? Or should I roll again?
Well, if you were going to make an acrobatics check to jump across the pit, that would be non-stealthed. Since you're kind of going all out to be able to make that leap. Or it even might be since it's less of moving around a corner and it's more of a long jump, it might even count as a athletics check, I believe.
I mean, I have +6 to my athletics, but you
I have.
Nice.
So why wouldn't it be an acrobatic check?
Acrobatics is for like maintaining balance, for doing flips and tricks in the air. It's more dexterity, whereas athletics is going to be distance, up or sideways.
So, like, if I were to jump over with the rope, and then we formed a tightrope across the chasm, and you ran across the
Oh, yeah.
tightrope, that would be an acrobatics check.
Oh, let's do that.
If someone wants to jump.
I'll give it a shot.
I only have +3 in
Wait.
athletics.
Do we want to rope you up first before you jump?
Yes. Let's do 25 this time.
Hang on. Mess, can you temporarily hold my torch so I can get both hands on the rope, just in case?
Yes. I'm
Nice.
holding your torch.
How about you hold both torches? Both of us will hang on to the rope.
Okay, I hold both torches.
Very good.
And I try not to play with them. I swing them around. Whoosh, whoosh.
Stop.
All right, Wayne. Let me see here. You gear up to try and launch yourself across the pit. With that 12, then, you're going to be able to, you take a running start, but you charge and you jump over, kind of just barely landing your feet in the middle of that square. You have to shake your arms around a little bit to maintain your balance, but then your feet land squarely, and you have that rope. You guys said 20 feet?
I wanted 25.
25 feet of rope with about 15 feet there across the chasm, held taut.
If we need to, is it viable for us to let go of the rope now? When he needs to come back, he throw the rope back to us?
We've got the rope anchored on both sides, so we could go either way.
Yeah.
He could always mage hand float the rope to us.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's true. So really, Levi's not restricted by a tether. He can
he could move forward and you could check it out.
That's what I would like to do.
Sure. So you guys, well, what is that? Let's see. Ooh, okay. You guys would have to let go of the rope momentarily.
We can just let out a little bit of slack.
Well, yeah, I guess if you're holding the whole 50 feet rope and you're giving him slack the whole time, there would be more than enough. So you got a 50 feet rope, and right now you have about 30 feet across, and then you guys have a coil of like 20 feet beside you. Okay, so Wayne, from here, you are able to see this little nook in the wall there, but you also see down here, your dark vision is able to make out similar platforms, another pit there going down, but you can make out the face of a tall creature at the bottom of the pit, a large bulging eye in its head. It is standing in darkness, and it doesn't appear to be able to see you, but you can see down with your dark vision, and you can make out at least the torso, the muscles, the head, the horn, and the bulging single eye of this creature.
Interesting. I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to
Yeah.
tell them what happened without being too loud. Don't want to
Sure.
piss it off too much.
Yeah, how do you roleplay that?
There's another abomination down in this pit. Another chance for glory, another chance for power. If you guys want to come over and take it on, I could feasibly just stand at this edge and take pot shots at it with my Eldritch Blast until it dies.
I
Like,
have
I mean,
an arrow. I want to shoot
like,
at
just-
it.
Right here, shoot Eldritch Blast, and then with my movement, go over here, and then the start of my next turn, come over here, make the shots, and then
Yeah.
come back over here.
Yeah.
Just cheese it.
Yes.
My vote is cheese it.
Cheese.
Mm,
You guys
I'm
want to try
assuming
that?
we still have your safety rope in place, so like if it all goes sideways, we can just pull you back across.
Yeah.
Unconscious.
Yeah.
this could be the beast that's throwing
Hey,
rocks.
this is a competitive situation. I say we play cheesy.
This probably is the rock thrower. All right, I'm gonna come here to this edge,
Okay.
and going to cast Eldritch Blast at it.
Sure. Go ahead and make an attack check. Yeah. Oh my.
Hey!
So you shoot your Eldritch. Oh wait, you roll a second one, don't you, as well?
Yeah, I get to roll it twice, and both of them are attacks.
So you can roll that.
So, but it total out 25.
That's going to be a 10 to 19.
No. It's a 19.
Okay, so you shoot
And then-
two beams of Eldritch Blast down into the darkness against this creature. One goes wide and hits the wall, but another definitely hits the creature right in the torso for 5 points of damage.
And then I'm going to come over here.
Yeah. So it strikes. You hear the echo of the crackling of the Eldritch Blast, and then you hear kind of angrily in pain, and that echoes out. Everybody can hear that. It echoes through the chasms here. Wayne, you make it out of sight, but I mean, if everybody could roll initiative, since you did just initiate combat. Oh,
I mean,
wowza.
that's fine.
Wayne
Ew.
suddenly didn't realize we were in combat.
What are we doing again?
That's good though. That's good. That's fine. Good times. Good times are going to be had. Okay, that's fine. So that's going to be... Alright, so immediately following Wayne's first attack, Lou, you can go ahead and try something.
Okay, first, what does it take to converse with somebody in combat? Does that take like an action?
You can say a few words without taking action or movement or anything. You can't recite a whole poem or something, but you can say like a couple things.
Okay, I'm not really sure much I'm gonna be able to do anyways. I'm gonna ask Wayne if it's viable for me to like throw a spear, and I'm not gonna know where I'm aiming, but is there potential like line for me to throw and actually hit get some value out of it?
At this point, there is not. It's around the corner towards the north. Perhaps if it tries to stick its head through this passageway, I will let you know.
Okay, I don't think there's. I can give you a fog cloud if it's useful.
Maybe if it shows up and I need to retreat.
I'm just going to keep a firm grip on the rope.
Very good.
Oh, and real quick, sorry, one last thing. I'm gonna tell Mess to keep an eye on our flank.
Sure.
Wait, can I cross the tightrope and attack with my bow?
Keep in mind you're holding our torches.
Yeah, if you leave, we have no vision.
Oh.
Also, it doesn't look like there's room over there for two people.
We would kind of have to shuffle past each other, which wouldn't be the worst thing, but it might get complicated if he like comes up here and is like able to fuck with us.
We're trying to minimize risk here.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna hold the tight hold on the rope and ask Mess to keep an eye on our flank.
Then I'm gonna hand you back your torch, or at least one of
No,
you back your torch.
I need to keep an eye. I need to keep both hands on the rope just in case.
All right.
Oh, okay.
If that's what you need, I'll take the torches. I'll let Blue handle the rope by himself.
Okay. Well, just one of the torches, so that way I can have one hand free to attack.
Okay. Well, would it be so bad to set the torches on the ground? They wouldn't go out.
Well, I
We
think
could
you
just,
should be able to do that. Let me pull those
unless
up.
they're left there for a long time.
Oh, that's perfect.
You could also maybe grab one of those empty vases and prop it up in one of them, if need be.
If you just set
I
them
think-
down on the ground, though, I can definitely do that. Found a nice
Yeah,
little...
we'll just set them on the ground. We can keep holding the rope. You can play guard. We'll be okay.
Okay. Well, then I am sneaky stealth. Can I roll for a stealth to make sure that I'm stealthy, or do I need to? Does it still count for my previous?
Yeah, you can roll another check to hide.
Well,
Oh.
It's a little late now, but since your roll before was so good, and since you haven't done anything since then, I would have just stuck with that.
Wait, where's the...
So how long do the rolls count for?
It's kind of like situation based. It looks like the last
It's a bit-
time you were doing stealth was when you were
It
hiding
was
behind HK, I think, before you guys even found the statue.
yeah, and she hasn't really done any sort of investigating or anything since then.
She did grab those torches and she was waving them around, which isn't very stealthy.
That's true.
So you try to stealth, and I'll just say that you're a little kind of cat-like skittish, worried about the crazy roar that you had just heard. What the hell was that? You haven't even seen this beast. You just know Wayne tried something. What the hell? So you're hiding back behind them, but not super adeptly. If you do want to move, though, you can move. You still have your move. Wait, so what happened? You guys dropped the torches on the ground, and you're helping...
I was going to drop the torches on the ground and watch on behind the two
I
robots
see.
in case anything came up behind him.
I see. Okay, so you're watching out this direction.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
that
if you're
thing made a loud noise, and I'm worried what it might attract.
If you were stealthing, that is a great observation. If you were stealthing, that would actually count as your action for this turn. You have your action, movement, bonus action, and reaction. An action can be used to make a skill check. In this case, it either would have been stealth or perception, but since you made that stealth check, I'm going to go with that. So you're standing out on this side, you're watching, and you unsuccessfully tried to hide. After that, it is going to be HK's turn.
I don't really think there's much I can do. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
hold the
kinda
line, so to speak.
Awkward situation here.
Yeah. If you have any buffs you're willing to or able to give me, that would be a thing. But other than that, I don't know either.
It's my last spell slot, which is my concern. I'd rather save it in case we need it.
Right,
Okay.
you guys only took a short rest.
Yep.
So you hold steadfast onto the rope?
Yep.
All right. This creature, this large being, is going to... All right, so Wayne, you can see the boulder that it throws fly up, and it crashes into the little space right there. If you were standing there, it may very well have hit you. It impacts against both of these corners, the upper one and the lower one, with such force it breaks away large chunks of both of them, actually, before it falls back out into the pit. You can see that small shift there. The corners have been chipped away by that rock. It didn't get anywhere near you. It might not even have been small enough to make it into that hole, but it does tear away chunks of the wall there. And then
All right.
you hear out another hurt, something like that.
Just say
and
hate.
something like that. You make out some sound. It's gonna be Wayne's turn after that.
Nice. I'm going to continue the cheese.
Short.
I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Very nice. Go ahead and roll for both those beams.
Not getting a lot of damage out of it, though, which is unfortunate.
No problem. Those do both hit, though neither are critical hits. Yeah, you're going to do, wow, 3 damage total. Wacky. So you've done 8 damage total to this beast here. The moments are passing. You run over, you shoot your 2 Eldritch beams down. They fly down and hit him squarely in the torso, and you can see his arms flail around. He's like, fight! Very angrily in a bellowing voice.
And I go, yes, we are fighting. And then I'm going to go back to my other end.
Yeah, nice. You run back there. Top of the initiative is going to be Blue.
I continue the same thing.
Just holding the...
There's
Rope.
nothing really else I could do, so yep.
Which
Sure.
you could ready an action. Whereas
Yeah.
it's based off of a specific trigger where you say, if I perceive this to be happening, then I react with this.
What? I'm not
So
understanding.
you can ready an action for a later time to accommodate like weird turn order stuff. So what you can do is you can say, I would like to ready it my action so that if say Wayne falls, that I pull him up, right? That's kind of what you're already doing. Or you could be like, if Wayne says, throw your spear now, then I'm going to throw my spear. Even though it's not going to be your turn anymore, you're going to have the action readied so that you can do it.
Okay. Kind of like attack of an opportunity, but you're setting it up.
Yeah.
Kind of. It has to have a specific trigger and a specific action.
I don't really know what I would set up.
Yeah. It's kind of an awkward situation here.
Yeah, it is.
If you just want to keep
I mean,
holding onto the rope, that's fine.
I can react with spells to help give you AC and stuff. But no, for now I'm good.
Okay.
So, Blue continues holding that rope. It'll be Mess's turn. Would you like to make
have
another stealth
questions.
check? What's up?
Is Wayne within 5 feet of the creature?
No.
I am not.
Okay. I'm within 40 feet of that last square where Wayne's shooting at. Can I run over to that last square and then shoot, and then run back?
I mean, you can do all those things. The creature's around the corner, like over here.
Oh, okay.
So you would, in a single turn, you could use a skill check to make it over to the other side of the chasm, and then your movement to move over there. But then you would still have your action having been the skill check to get across the chasm. Each turn, well, each round. So when everybody gets a turn, top to bottom of the initiative order, it's about 6 seconds. So in the 6 seconds, you could just about make it over there with a single skill check.
I think while it is very risky, it's going to take a long time for me to whittle this Cyclops down like this. Unless I start getting really lucky on my damage rolls, more lucky than I have been, it's going to take a minute. And so having the extra damage will be nice. What it appears to be happening is that we have a time crunch where it's going to whittle down this little passageway, and eventually we're just going to have to bail. And the longer we're doing this, the more likely it is we're going to be smacked by it.
So
this has the potential to get really hairy too if stuff comes up from us from these other hallways.
I think Blue can do a decent job holding the rope with his strength.
Probably.
I
could defend us from the rear if need be.
Yeah, I've got 16 strength to hold the rope.
So hang on. So I want to get this straight. So if I do my movement across the rope, I don't get an action. Is that what I'm understanding?
No, your action would be your acrobatics across the rope if you're trying to walk across it like a tightrope. That would be your action, and then you could move after that.
It's not.
I wouldn't be able. But wait, I wouldn't be able to attack on that turn, right?
Yeah, because you used your action to make that acrobatics check.
Okay.
No, she would be making the movement though, right? She's doing a movement that requires a check to perform properly.
Well, the movement, she would move, let's see. She would go 10 feet over to the tightrope. She would make this entire 20 feet across the tightrope with her action, and then she would have 20 feet to move back and forth here.
Yeah, I would suggest you just get over there, and then and be ready to attack next round. If you poke your head out and attack, you're going to leave yourself vulnerable.
Okay. I'm going to go hop and jump over the tightrope then.
Sure, make an acrobatics check. Very nice, yeah. So you just kind of, you step past both of them, you jump up on the rope, very cat-like across, and you make it over with Wayne in this little opening here.
Cool. And I should have a cunning action or
That's true. You can hide as a bonus action.
Okay. So I after I jump, I want to go ahead and hide. Yes. Is it 28?
That's pretty good. The rest of them kind of know where you're at, but you're able to use the shadows to your advantage. Okay, from there, it is going to be HK's turn.
I hold rope.
Outstanding choice. Do you want to set any action to trigger on any condition?
Why do many actions when one action just good?
When one action do trick.
Considering the situation, I'm going to be the protector back here, so I'm going to keep eyes and ears out for anything attacking us from behind.
Very good. Excellent choice. After that, it's going to be the beast's turn, and you all hear kind of a it's saying something conceivably, but in a language that none of you understand unless you speak giant.
I do not.
Anybody else?
I don't.
Speak giant?
Negative.
Giant lovers here?
Is this so? I have comprehend languages. I don't think that this is. It would be worth me using that. It's a level 1 spell.
Yeah, you just kind of. It doesn't sound like it's. I mean, it kind of sounds like it's reacting obviously to being shot with Eldritch Blast. It sounds like it's screaming at interlopers, but
It doesn't sound like valuable information.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, it threw those boulders at us first, so I mean,
That's true. Got a great point there.
He started it.
He's touching me.
oh no.
All
It
right.
just made me-
So following that, it will be Owain's turn.
Although, it would be interesting to know what he's saying. Maybe he is saying that he doesn't want to fight.
Maybe it's the solution to the riddle.
Riddle? There's a riddle?
I don't know. You guys are just barely on the first floor here.
All right, I'm going to peek out, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Very good. Roll a couple of those.
Hey, there's some damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
You like quadrupled your damage in one turn.
Yeah.
You hit with both of those beams. Okay, so when you peek back around, you see that he had moved away just a little bit. I got to do some Pythagorean theorem here. You can still see kind of his head at the very least and his upper torso. So you shoot your beams down and you strike him. He's actually facing away from you now. You strike him with both those beams and you go ahead and deal 15 points of damage. And you run back.
Yep.
Nice.
Hi, kitty cat.
That
Hello.
is the end of the initiative. All right.
It appears to be retreating. Perhaps this thing is not the great foe that its counterpart outside was.
Or maybe it knows how to get where we are.
I'll jump back over if it does, but I want to attack it before it retreats too far.
Sure. In just a second,
my
we're going
turn?
to have... It was Wayne's turn, and that's going to be the end of the initiative, but that also means... Wow. Look at that. Okay, so that's going to be... Wow. Wacky. It's kind of fun how that turned out.
I'm just waiting to see some big beast come within HK vision.
Just charging in. Maybe. Perhaps.
Maybe I shouldn't give him ideas.
Where was
Yes, stop giving the world ideas on how to beat us.
Right. There we go. Oh, that's right. Okay. That would
Yes,
actually
yes.
be... All right. So from here... From this side, we're going to have... Oh, does it? It does. Oh, wow. It's tiny. It's a tiny little guy. Look at him. I mean... in a second, sorry.
What?
So, what you guys see appear, can you guys see where I'm pinging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The top right square.
Yeah. Something in the distance there flies down from the chasm that goes up from that pitfall. Let me illustrate that. So if you can see the edge of this teal rectangle, that's another chasm that goes up. very similar to the lower side of this room where it's a chasm that goes up, but it comes down the chasm and it floats down. You just see this little mote of colored flame almost is what it appears like. And it's just floating in the air as it descends into vision, into sight. And it is going to be Blue's turn. Yeah, mote
Okay,
like
so-
M-O-T-E.
So, let's see. How far is this thing? Okay, so are we okay with me temporarily letting go of the rope so I can spear this thing?
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
I'll hold the rope.
Okay.
You fight.
Me attack roll.
Hmm.
You drop the rope. HK, are you still holding the rope?
Yep.
So it's still held pretty taut across the chasm there, but Blue lets go of it for a moment so he can take his spear and launch it over at that little mote. Very nice. Yeah, it's going to fly through the air, and it's going to impact. Go ahead and roll for damage. You deal 13 points of damage to whatever this is. 13 points of damage. Your spear impacts off, like when it impacts, it feels like whatever it's hitting was stronger than you had anticipated. It impacts and bounces off, and then it begins to fall down the chasm.
Wait, my spear bounced off of it?
Yeah, it impacts, deals 13 points of damage with its impact, but then it begins to fall down the pit.
Okay.
The
use a
spear or the moat?
The spear. The moat is still there. It's kind of, it impacts and the moat is kind of displaced. It's kind of pushed back, but the spear doesn't stick into it. It impacts, knocks it back just maybe a foot in the air, and then your spear, after it bounces off, it begins to drop down the chasm.
I use my bonus action to recall my spear through my weapon
Spear
bond.
teleports right back to your hand. No problem.
Okay, I'm a little apprehensive about throwing my spear down there again, because I can only use my recall once per turn. So I guess that's it for me this turn. Yeah.
Very good.
Re-grab the rope.
If I can do that, I want to re-grab the rope.
Yeah, I'll say that you could have one-handed tossed it. Well, you kept one hand on there.
Okay.
If you want to
Yeah.
do that. So you throw the spear, then you call it back, and you have your spear in one hand, and you have the rope in the other hand. Following that. Exciting. 20-foot radius. Alright, so you throw your spear, it impacts, it begins to fall, you teleport it back, and then following that, the mote's attention appears to turn to you. It floats through the air towards you ever so slightly.
Wait, what was
And
it paying
then-
attention to beforehand?
It had just kind of descended. It may very well have been investigating the roars it had been hearing, but after the impact, it begins floating towards you ever so slightly. But as it does, it's going to emit a bright streak. It shoots through the air right at you, Blue. And, let me see, 20 feet, it's going to be... something like that. So that bright streak, it shoots across the chasm and it impacts on you, exploding. An explosion of flame. A 20-foot radius centered on you, Blue. So if you and HK77 could both make dexterity saving throws.
Reminder, we get my charisma modifier because of my aura, which is
Very
plus
good.
3.
Fantastic. Love that. So you can both roll
The
dexterity
plus 3
throws.
I added to my roll was...
Mine doesn't
Awesome.
include the plus 3, I don't think.
No problem. So you got a 14?
Yep.
Very good. And your roll, Blue?
It was the 8, the 5 plus 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. So the fireball explodes on
You know, roll
Blue.
it again.
Blue takes the full force of the explosion, whereas HK, even though his back is turned, his holy might, his aura of protection, manages to protect him just a little bit. But that is going to be... So, Blue takes 26 points of fire damage, while HK takes 13 points of fire damage.
I'd like to use a reaction.
Which reaction?
Absorb elements.
Noise. Beautiful. Love that. And that, you capture the incoming energy.
Basically,
Oh, so
it'll reduce the damage by 1d6 and add that damage
see.
to my next melee attack.
Okay, you can roll a 1d6 then. Nice. So, instead of 26 points of damage, you're going to take 21 points of damage. You gain resistance to fire damage, I believe it says. And you gain that to your next melee attack. Beautiful. That's very cool. Resistance of the triggering damage type. Very cool. That's super helpful. But you do take that 21 points of damage from the explosion. I'm going to say because of that explosion, much of the rope that you were holding, actually probably all the rope that was right next to you guys, it's probably now either on fire or completely burned, and there's just now a, what would that be? Like a little bit tied around Wayne and then like hanging down into the chasm there. So you guys had, let's see, what was it? You guys had maybe like 30 feet of rope, 35 feet of rope that was burned. So there's a 15-foot segment left with Wayne. Whose rope was that? Who was using that rope out of your inventory?
It was my idea, so I guess it was my rope.
Very good. So you lose your rope entirely, and then Wayne has that 15-foot segment. If we can somehow
All right.
get that in there. Right, the jar of Cyclops Eye Aqueous Humor. All right, so you got that 15 segment foot of rope in addition to the 50 feet of hempen rope that you have on your person already, Wayne. And that is that moat's turn. But what you guys also see...
Well, I think we may have ourselves in a little bit of a pickle here.
If you guys can see in this direction, another moat appears. And it is going to... This other one appears, and it actually appears to be much, much brighter than the other one. It's actually almost hard to look at, almost like you're looking at a little torch, emitting a lot more light throughout this corridor. It appears, and it is going to... I think it is going to cast Magic Missile. And it's going to send... I think it might actually just send all three to hit. No, it's going to send one to hit Blue, one to hit Maahes, and one to hit...
I'm still in stealth.
That's true. Okay, so it's going to send one to hit Blue, and it's going to send two to hit Wayne. And it has to make...
Hit me.
Fire hot. Fire hot. Nice. Oh, no, wait. Magic Missile just hits, doesn't it? You don't make an attack check?
Nope.
It can barely see Wayne peeking out that side, but then it has a much greater view of Blue, so it's going to deal that much to Blue and that much to Wayne. So Wayne is going to take 8 points of force damage.
Wait, what? Oh, he shot two at me.
Yeah.
And he got... Oh, no, he didn't get max. Okay.
And Blue is going to take those 5 points of force damage. And following that, it is going to be Ness's turn.
All right, so I'm still in stealth, so I can use sneak attack, yes?
Indeed.
So I want to attack, and do we still see the Cyclops is the question.
It probably hasn't moved, but you can go over here. And peek around the corner.
See that?
Okay. Yeah, so I can still try to hit him, right?
Yeah, if you want to try to hit him.
That being said, I think these moats might pose a greater threat.
Perhaps.
Okay. There we go. So I can actually see them now. How do I do a threat assessment?
No, I meant that's
that's the critical analysis that we've... Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Moat fireball. Giant scream. Kill fireball first.
Okay. So I'm going to roll for my sneak attack. I'd like to hit the top one since there's already damage on that one.
Nice. That's much better. You roll a 17 plus 7. You fire your arrow, it flies through the air, and it impacts right into this little moat. You can go ahead and roll for damage, and your sneak attack damage.
I just saw my sneak attack damage dice. Hang on.
Nice, very nice. So, with your sneak attack in total, you deal 22 points of damage. The impact of your arrow does knock it back ever so slightly. It's pushed back in the air, and the arrow does appear to firmly plant itself, pierced into whatever this creature is made out of. Very nice. Very nice. Beautiful. Love that. All right. Unless you have any bonus actions or movement you'd like to make then.
Can I still use cunning action to hide?
Well, yeah, that's
you don't
true.
need
That's
to.
true. No, because she hit. Now it's quite aware of you. But you can go ahead and hide again.
Awesome. Should I roll for stealth on that or?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm hidden.
Well,
no more kitty chirps.
Yeah. Just make sure. Okay, nice. Yeah, it doesn't know where you are. You are once again hidden. Following
Yay.
that. Good times. Good times. Good times are had by all. So what happens now? Flying up from down in the pit over here behind Maahes and Wayne, another moat appears. Flying up this time. It doesn't fly down the chasm, but it flies up from wherever the pitfalls lead. Alright, it is going to launch another fireball at Wayne, because that's the only person it sees right now. But because, Maahes, even though you are hidden, you are next to Wayne. So that's going to be something like... something like that. 20-foot radius? Oh, no, wait, that's not a 20-foot radius. What the heck?
It's a 10-foot radius.
Yeah. Wait a second. Did I make the other one way too small then? Is it a 20-foot radius or is it a 20-foot diameter? I should specify that. It's probably 20-foot. Otherwise, that's a fucking ridiculous 20-foot radius. Wow. That's wacky. So that's going to be something more like... I mean, I guess that means, yeah, geez, that would have hit Wayne and Maahes as well on the last one. I'm going to say because it's impacting you from behind, blue is going to be just barely out of that range, so it's just going to be Wayne and Maahes. You can both go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. It's somewhat obscured by the short little passage that the two of you are inside of. Nice. That's going to be... The fireball explodes in the little pass. You're actually going to have a 14, which means you do pass the saving throw for that. You both take, instead of 28 points of fire damage from the full brunt of the fireball, you are both able to scramble in reaction to this new moat appearing, and you are both able to take only half damage of 14 points of fire damage.
Ow.
Indeed. Indeed, it is ow. From
Fuck
there...
you.
That,
Me,
oh,
ow.
yeah. You guys have all taken some damage. HK's still looking fine, though. It is HK's turn. No longer holding on to a rope.
How's your hit points, Blue?
46 out of 78.
I'm feeling kind of hurt,
Oh, yeah.
and there's nothing I can heal off of.
Yeah. Ouch.
Wait, you're at...
I'm at 36 out of 54.
With the minus 14?
You ouch. Me ouch.
Oh, I see.
What are
You're
you
right.
at? What are you at, Wayne?
27.
Ouch. Does HK's spells or whatever reach as far?
Lay on hands doesn't.
Indeed.
All of my heal stuff is touch.
That's rough. You guys split yourselves across this chasm.
Yep.
So, what HK would like to try here, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm debating. Question. The two moats that are within the chasm in between, they're splitting the party. Is there one point that's within 20 feet of both of those moats?
Even a 20-foot radius, they're pretty spread out at this point.
Right, but
there
like-
is like right
how do I
like
ping?
between these two. So I'm the 15-foot thing on the left.
Mhm.
There is one point, right? That's 20. That's if something had a 20-foot radius. If it happened right
Okay.
there, it could hit both.
Okay, but that's a... Inside of there, yeah. Inside of there is that's just solid wall, solid column almost. It would be hard to cast a spell on a point inside of that. It has to be a point that
So
you can
there
see.
is, but not that.
It doesn't say I need to see it. It just says creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range.
Okay.
And that point has to be within 90 feet of me.
Is it an effect that can go through walls?
It's sleep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that works. Yeah, you can go ahead. You can roll. That's what you would like to do. You can go ahead and roll your sleep dice. I'll say you can affect those two. That works.
Alright. Where's the roll for that?
Should be like 5d8.
I hope
unless you're-
you roll good.
Yeah, unless you're casting it at a higher level.
I am casting it at a higher level.
What level will that?
2.
Nice. So that should be like
There we
7d8.
go.
Nice.
Whoa.
Beautiful.
You linked it, but you didn't roll it.
Yeah, I don't.
So it's something.
I clicked cast on the sheet.
Well, yeah. So it's not something you don't have to roll an attack check. They don't have to roll a dexterity saving throw. You're going to roll 7d8, and it can affect that many hit points. So depending on how many hit points these creatures have, and these are actually the two that you haven't attacked, so they are going to be at full hit points. Nice. 36. Let me see. Okay, so unfortunately with a roll of 36, you will not be able to affect either or both of those two. You would be able to affect this one to the north of you guys, and I'll go ahead and let you cast your spell on that one then.
Okay, let's do that then.
All right, so what happens there? You cast Sleep on this moat. As you do, the flames appear to just extinguish. And I guess those of you near the torches wouldn't be able to see, but Maahes and Wayne, you can see some kind of object drop out of that moat of flame and just fall down the chasm.
Interesting.
Was it the arrow?
You can both make perception checks to see if you can tell what it was. Maahes and Wayne.
Oh, that's
you know,
horrible.
No problem, no problem. Wayne does see. Once the flames extinguish, you can very clearly make out what appears to be a humanoid skull with an arrow sticking out of it. And that skull plummets from the spot it was hovering at. It just drops into the darkness.
Okay.
And that is HK's action. You can go ahead and make a movement as well if you would like.
I don't think I need to move.
No problem. Following that, let's see. And it's going to be Wayne's turn.
All right, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at this moat back here.
Very good. Go ahead and roll for those. Right on, right on. So you roll an 8 plus 6 for 14 and 5 plus 6 for an 11. Your first beam is going to strike it right on, dealing 4 points of damage. Your second beam is going to miss just barely, and it's going to strike the wall behind it. All right. Would you like to move, Wayne?
I'm going to go ahead and put my Brand of Castigation on it, which is whenever it does a thing, it takes 3 points of damage.
Beautiful.
It's a special
nice.
Blood Hunter ability. It just,
Right,
whenever I
nice.
damage a creature, I can brand it.
Beautiful. And you can get that back every short rest? Nice.
Yep.
All right, so you sear that Brand of Castigation probably into some part of the skull that is wreathed in flames. So it's probably used to the burning, but it is branded by you. Very nice. That will be the
And
end.
it's each time that creature deals damage to me or someone within 5 feet of me.
Very good. Let's see. All right. That's going to be the end of that initiative order. We are back at the top of the round. Let's see. Right. Right. Beautiful. That works. HK and Blue. You're going to hear from this direction. If you can see over here on the far right of where you are, you're going to hear a woman scream from this direction. Just like a
Okay.
violently, as if in danger. And following that, it's going to be Blue's turn.
So I'm considering putting a smoke screen down and beelining it that direction to help whoever that is.
That's what I'm going to be doing.
Do you think the smoke screen's probably not worth it? I don't know. Maybe I can wait on that and see if it's necessary later. Because it is a level 1 spell. For now, I think what I might do... Let's see here. I can use my action to double my move speed for a turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can I walk in a straight line where I was just drawing and grab one of those torches on the way?
Yeah, you can definitely pick up one of those torches again, and you want to proceed in that direction. You're going to just rush over there as far as you can.
Yeah, can I move that 30 feet and then decide from there if I want to spend my action to move another 30 feet?
Right there?
Yeah.
Sure, go for that.
Do I know which direction it came from? From here?
Yeah, it came from down this corridor opposite of the one you're standing in.
Okay, and does that path like slope up or down, or is it flat?
It appears to just be flat as you run this direction. You make it to that point, and what else would you like to do?
I think I'm going to spend my other action to go go farther. I don't know that I'm going to go all 30 feet yet.
Sure. However many feet, you can make it that far.
I can do it incrementally if I want to, right?
Yeah, certainly. And you want to stop right there?
Sorry, I was scrolling up and down to see if I saw anything up there.
No
Up or
problem.
down. Okay,
Indeed.
and then can I like speak out, like come to me or something like that?
Yeah, go ahead and say that in character.
Like, yeah, we can help you. Come to my voice.
Oh my, that is... Yeah, nice. Very, very kind-hearted Blue rushes off to help the woman that he heard. And that is going to be... Gosh. Let me see. You call out that we are able to help you. And that is going to be end of your turn there. You don't hear anybody call right back out immediately. Following that, man, I didn't even consider initially that the Cyclops was gonna call all these other creatures to it. That was not something I had anticipated. So that is very fun to watch it all play out. Nice. Okay, I think I got what I'm gonna do. So this lower moat, I think you guys kind of know what it is at this point. It continues approaching, and it's going to say something. You guys can hear it. It's kind of a raspy Eldritch. And there's going to be a sphere of flame that appears right at this point where Maahes is standing. It is actually common, but it's probably a spell some of you might know, but it's kind of like a different dialect of common, something from before. If you want to make you're on the other side, so you don't even hear Nugs. Blue ran off there. But those that are here, HK, Maahes, and Wayne, you can kind of make out the incantations. If someone wanted to roll a Arcana check, they could figure out what it was. But you can also see the effects right here. It creates a flaming sphere in that space where Maahes is. You do not take immediate damage.
What?
Maahes. Oh my gosh! What? Okay, so you guys just hear this kind of eldritch incantation it chants, and then you see this sphere light up in this space.
My rolls have been shitty tonight.
No problem. You did most of the damage to that other flame skull there. That was pretty good. This sphere is emitting a lot of light. It is now your turn, Maahes. So this sphere was created in the same space as you just a second ago, but you will not take damage unless you end your turn in that space. So you can move away from that space. It's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move away from the space.
Very
Was
good.
one of the dragons sleepy?
Yes, it was the one to the north of all of you.
Oh, so it wasn't this one that I'm closest to?
No, that one, it's taken a bit of damage from Wayne, but is otherwise unperturbed.
Is the sphere next to Wayne dangerous?
Yes, it was just created
It's-
in the same space as you. It's a flaming sphere, so it could burn you potentially, but only if you end your turn in that space.
Okay. Should I be attacking it or the dragon?
I don't know what you're talking about with a dragon, at all.
I think
Okay, the
you're
moat?
referencing the flame skulls. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I see, you have two options. You can either attack the one that we can see, or you can try to leap across the chasm. That's where we're at right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to attack because I was still hidden, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do an attack on the moat I can see, if
Sure,
that's okay.
that works. All right, you roll a 6 plus 7 for a 13, which does hit the flame skull. You can go ahead and roll for damage. Nice. And you can roll your regular damage. Yeah, nice. So you deal 18 points of damage. Your arrow impacts the skull. When you do, it brightens considerably. It becomes almost twice as bright. And so looking at it, you almost have to cover your eyes. But your arrow impacts into it. It does not stick into the bone this time. It impacts the side of the skull, bounces off, and falls down to the pit. But you do deal 18 points of damage.
Haha, take that.
Very nice. It was
And then I'm gonna-
completely surprised. You want to hide again?
Yes, please. Can I
Very
go
good.
ahead and be a sneaky kitty?
Absolutely. It is going to get a perception check against your hide, though. Oh yeah! Wow, you got a 28. So, although it was looking at you, you're able to use the shadows. I guess because it just brightened considerably in reaction to you, it's shedding a lot of light on you now. You can go ahead and make a stealth check with disadvantage. So roll one more stealth check. You're there's fire on every side of you, so it's harder to hide. Oh yeah, but you're still totally fine. Because of your slender cat body, you're able to hide just in along the edges of this very short corridor here, despite the disadvantages. Very nice.
So my stealth rolls are okay, but my damage rolls apparently are not.
You got that plus 10, which is making a big difference there. That is helping
You've
a lot.
you've been doing just fine on damage.
That's true too, yeah. So, from this flame skull's eyes, the little motes of smaller orange-red flame in its eyes, because it does not see Maahes, it's directed towards Wayne. It's going to shoot 2 rays of fire, burning flame, out of its eyes straight at Wayne. One is going to miss, it's going to shoot past Wayne and through the sphere and kind of taper off eventually, but the other one is going to fire right into Wayne's shoulder, and that is going to deal 9 points of damage to Wayne. It burns into your shoulder. It probably burns off a little bit of the outermost layer of your clothing. It's not the worst thing, but it does hurt. A little singe there. Following that, it is going to be HK's turn.
Anybody have any suggestions?
Retreat is always an option.
If you're a coward.
Sure.
Be brave. Be go safe.
Unyielding.
Can you?
Oh, it also takes 3 points of damage.
That's true. Very good. Thank you for reminding me. Beautiful. Beautiful.
HK, can you kill the Orby thingy?
Nope. The only way I could attack it would be to throw a dagger or something at it, which is an option, but it's not going to do much, and I'm just going to lose my weapon. Not my primary weapon, but it's still probably not.
Any spells you can use?
Not anymore. I think I'm going to move over to the ledge, and I'm going to prepare to catch them or help them across in case they have to retreat and are unable to make the jump completely.
Sure. Very good. You move in. You use your action to set up a trigger in case they try to move across. Following that, I mean, you're not going to be able to see this so clearly since it is down in the darkness out of the range of your torch fire, HK. But do you see what's moving up there?
No. North of me, no.
Okay. Oh, right. Your fire. Oh, it's around the corner even. That torch on the ground there. That's rough. All right. So what's going to happen there? It is going to be... Okay. Another rock is going to fly up out of the darkness and impact against the ledge that you're standing on before it falls away down back into the darkness. And you hear another from that direction.
Okay.
Following that, it is going to be Wayne's turn.
All right. Do I want to be ballsy? Or do I want to be a coward?
You guys are going to cheese this, remember?
I don't think we cheesed this very well, guys.
Well,
No, these flame skulls kind of got in our way.
I designed this section of the dungeon with flyers and spider climbers in mind.
Oh, wait. I have spider climb.
Hey, nice. Beautiful.
I totally forgot about that being a thing.
Wait, just like as a spell or as a...
As an innate trait, I believe. I think it's
It's
part of...
it's a racial thing.
Yep.
What? As a... Oh my god, that's wacky at 3rd level. Well, I mean, like I said, I designed this part with spider climbers in mind. That's why it would still be tricky in this situation, but that's definitely going to help. I mean, that could give you advantage. You wouldn't even have to make like a great athletics check to make it across that chasm. You could just jump over and latch onto the wall and climb up.
Yeah. With that in mind, do I still have to make an ability check? Even if I do pretty poorly, can I just jump and then climb up and count that as a movement and still have my action afterwards?
Jumping would count as an ability check. If you want to try to climb all the way down the pit and then across and then back up, you could use a dash to do all of that. You're not certain how far down these pitfalls go yet.
And there's also tar down.
Yeah, in that specific one, and that could muddy the process.
you still have a 15-foot rope trailing behind you.
If you want to make a athletics check to go ahead and run and jump across, you might land on the edge with your movement still, or you might land lower on the edge and be able to climb up real quick.
I'm not going to take the coward's way out. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at the moat.
The one behind you?
Yep.
Past Maahes. Very good. Go ahead and roll for that. First
Hey!
is a 3 plus 6. Oh, that second one is actually a crit. So that's going to be 2 plus a full 10. So you're going to deal 12 points of damage to that moat. Yeah, I'm going to say with that Eldritch Blast, it breaks through the skull of this flame skull. It shatters it into pieces. The flames it was wreathed in extinguish, and the little pieces fall down into the chasm.
Nice.
Due to that flame
Ba-da-dum.
skull. Very good. Very nice.
Does the
Solid critical
fire
hit.
sphere go away?
That's not the one that cast it.
Okay. Then I'm going to hang out here then.
Very good. That is going to be the top of the initiative there. The end of Wayne's turn. Let's see. Just barely. This is pretty freaky. Let's see. So, Blue.
Yeah.
Over in this room, you run over and you shout it out less than 6 seconds ago. You shouted out, "We can help you!" And your voice, your Warforged voice, echoes out into this room, down that pit. What you also see, though, and I'm sorry I did not specify this last round, but it is... If you can see that teal rectangle, that opens up.
Yeah.
It's a chasm that goes up. So you run into the room and you shout into this wide open room and up this chasm.
You
might not
mean
be
like
able to...
the ceiling is open? Or I'm not sure
Yeah.
what you mean.
Yeah, it
Okay.
opens up. There's space overhead of you that it just opens up. Right there, up there overhead, that seems to just barely be touched. Some kind of bridge across this gap, way up there, that you can barely make out on the edge of your torchlight. But what happens here? Descending quickly down towards you out of this overhead chasm is this creature here. It hovers down, its tentacles wiggling out the bottom of it. It is going to approach you, and it is going to try to drape its tentacles over you.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible, isn't it? God. All right. Okay. Ooh. All right, that is going to beat your AC of 19. So-
I have a reaction.
What's that?
It's my I'd actually have to use the shield spell, but I can get enough AC to negate
Sure.
that.
Sure. Yeah. Very nice. So it comes down and it tries to drape its tentacles over you, but with the use of your shield spell, you're able to create this kind of zone of force that prevents its tentacles from being able to actually touch you. So its tentacles are just ever so slightly repelled as it tries to drape over you. But then it's going to go ahead and make an attack with its beak as well. Yeah, so it tries to impact
got
you
it,
with its
guys.
beak as
Okay.
well. It doesn't manage to hit with that either. So that creature tries to drape its tentacles and peck at you, but you're able to repel both attacks successfully. But, oh man, I don't even know. You guys don't know either. Oh man, I cannot wait until the viewers see everything that's going on.
Is the tentacle thing, is his turn over? Do we move over to another turn?
Yeah, it was the first turn in initiative, and it has gone, but there are... okay. That's just gonna...
They're out of sight things taking their turns?
supposedly, that might be what's going on. But we do come around to your turn, Blue.
Okay, I am going to stab it with my spear.
Very good. Roll for that.
Okay, that's the attack
Brilliant.
itself.
Nice. An 11 plus 8, you most definitely hit it. Go ahead and roll for damage.
There's damage.
You stab into its fleshy, exposed exterior. Your spear pierces deep. You roll a 4 plus 7 for 11 points of piercing damage total.
I'm going to do that again.
Outstanding choice. Very good. You hit again, the second time with your spear. Nice. 11 more points of damage. 22 points of damage total on this turn.
I'm going to do another attack as a bonus action.
Nice. Go ahead and roll for that. Beautiful. Roll for damage again.
Oh yay.
So this is my polearm master, like hitting with the blunt end of my spear.
I see. Nice. 4 more points of damage for 26 points of damage total on this turn. Yeah, so this thing floats down and it tries to tentaclate you, but you're not having any of that. You force it away with your magic shield, and you stab into it, pull out, stab into the brain again, and then you knock it away with the blunt end of your spear, your magical spear. You get the magic bonus damage to that blunt attack as well, since it's a magic spear. So you actually
I did +3. I honestly don't know what all the +3 consists of.
The +3 is your strength modifier. Since you have a spear of +2, it would be +5. So instead of 4 more points of damage, you deal 6 more points of damage.
I'll take it.
Meaning you dealt 28 points of damage. Very nice. Beautiful. So that's your turn. Yeah, you successfully just beat this thing away. It is not getting close to you whatsoever. You stab into it a couple times, probably fluids draining out of it at this point. And following that, nice. This moat down here to the south of you guys, the one that summoned that sphere, it's going to move away. And once it makes it over to this teal rectangle, the chasm that goes up, it is going to immediately begin moving up, bringing it out of sight of you. And after another moment, the flame sphere, after the flame skull makes it out of range, that sphere is going to go ahead and disappear after another second. It extinguishes. And following that, it is going to be Mess's turn.
So am I still able to see the Cyclops to the north or any other moat?
If you peek out to the left side there, you do not see it where it was previously.
Okay.
I'm assuming she would have heard the giant boulder coming towards me on this side,
Yeah, there was a second ago, a turn ago, there was the boulder that flew and impacted the ledge right below HK.
Well,
From the north.
So maybe check this corner.
yes. Can I check the corner by Wayne?
Yeah, from there, with your dark vision, you're able to pick out kind of the head and torso to the north there, because he is still far down into the darkness, but the edge of your dark vision, kind of Pythagorean theorem, you're able to see at least his big bulging cyclops eye, frowning face, anger, all that good stuff.
So am I able to do another sneak attack with my short bow on the Cyclops since he's the only enemy within range?
Indeed, and you are hitting.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead and roll for that with advantage. Nice. You can roll again, though. All right, you do hit with that 19. Okay. Go ahead and roll for damage with your sneak attack damage.
Did I get it?
Nice. Yeah, you deal 18 points of damage. The arrow flies down and impacts into its bare chest, and you hear a kind of a grunt as it's impacted. It's not like the force, it's just the piercing that makes it react. It's really not like it just flies down and sticks into it without moving it whatsoever, because it's a giant creature. It's at least 15 feet tall, if not a little taller. But you do deal 18 points of sneak attack damage. And you can go ahead and, if you would like to use your cunning action to hide again.
I would like to use my cunning action to hide.
Very nice. Let me see. It's going to be...
Oh, that was a low roll.
Just has to roll a stealth, and it does have one eye, so... It's probably not great at seeing where you are. Not
and
great.
then I'm gonna tell my robot minion HK77 to go help Blue. Go help Blue.
The cat shouts at you, HK77, to go help Blue.
I was planning on it. Whose turn is it now?
Following Mess, it is going to be HK77's turn.
All right. I'm going to grab my torch and run towards Blue.
Radical. And you want to use your whole action so you can move up to 60 feet?
Yeah, he may need it, so I'm going to try and get him within aura range.
Yeah, nice. That's a cool aura. Very helpful aura. So you can make it all the way over to where he is. Or right behind him. That's 60 feet.
Right there?
Yeah, beautiful.
I actually started in the same space that he was.
Yeah.
So that'll be my turn for now.
Very good. Following that... The Cyclops is going to go ahead and move. You don't really hear it. Well, you hear kind of very, very distant, heavy trudging through the tar that is at the bottom of the pit where he is. But he effectively, if you can still see there, Maahes and Wayne, he kind of steps around the corner into the little cranny there. So he does become somewhat obscured. He enters some cover.
That's not an issue.
Well.
Because I just discovered I have spider climb.
Yeah, nice. That's true. But if you want to go down yourself, that's That's another thing. Yeah, so I'm going to say it has at least 3/4 cover. It's kind of down there now, hiding.
If I wanted to climb as an ability check, like going like
Well,
this way,
you can use your
would that
movement.
be an ability? That would just be movement?
Yeah, because you're spider climb.
Great. Awesome.
Beware. It is dark now, though, so technically he was able to throw a rock at HK because HK was somewhat illuminated by that torch, but you would be in complete darkness here.
Yeah, as long as I don't talk too much.
Yeah.
Anyways, is it my turn? Can I do my thing?
Yes, it is your turn. Go for it.
Sweet. I'm going to use half of my movement. It would be 1, 2, 3.
Feasibly, well, no, I guess you could just stand with your feet on the wall and your back against the wall. I suppose. I guess that would work. I guess it's like a magical vampire.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Climb.
I'm gonna go ahead and go one more over.
Sure,
I'm going to cast as a bonus action Hex.
Hex, beautiful. It is going to, yeah, that just affects it though, doesn't it?
Yep, and I deal an additional 1d6 whenever I attack it, whenever I do damage to him of necrotic damage,
Beautiful.
and he has disadvantage on a ability score of my choosing, which I'm choosing strength.
Beautiful. You cast your foul magic down at the Cyclops, and you can hear a he kind of weakens even in his furious bellows.
Then I attack with Eldritch Blast.
I will say, though, because he's not behind 3/4 cover anymore because you moved along the wall, but I will say he probably has at least half cover. That is going to bring his AC up just a smidge. But you are going to hit with that 19 plus 6. So you deal 9 more points of damage to the Cyclops.
And then 1d6 for the necrotic damage from Hex.
That's true. You can go ahead and roll that. Okay, so 15 damage total to the Cyclops. Very nice.
And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll just hang out here. Reposition a little bit.
Nice.
So I'm not in the same spot where he saw the Eldritch Blast beams come from.
Yeah, very cool. So I'm just going to bring you down for a second to the lower level, just to give you a glimpse of what you're looking at down there. Since you can kind of see a decent amount of it with dark vision.
It looks like tar.
Indeed. In fact, you can tell he's at least knee deep. The first kind of 3-4 feet of him at his lowest point. So his large hooves, probably up parts of his shin, are submerged in the tar. You can barely make out from kind of the vantage point you're at there with your dark vision. But you are still on this level. Yeah, you can kind of see. You saw kind of some of the space down there and how the tar pits and whatnot work. Yeah, no, it's fun though that you said base level before. I would describe it more as ground level. But that is going to be your turn. That's very clever, moving away from that spot that you fired, just in case that creature, that Cyclops, is going to retaliate. That is going to be the top of the initiative after Wayne's turn, which means it's going to come back to this creature that is harassing Blue. This creature here, it actually turns away from you, and it begins to move up and away, provoking an attack of opportunity. Go ahead and attack Blue.
Oof.
Okay, so you swing kind of broadly at it, but you're not able to connect that shot. It just kind of hovers up away, its tentacles draping below it. It hovers up back into that chasm, at least 30 feet away, basically. You can kind of tell where it was before it disappeared into the darkness up there, onto the next level up, but after another moment, you can't quite make it out. It disappears back into the darkness. Following that, let's see. It is going to be Blue's turn.
Okay. Not really sure what there is for me to do, so I'm going to use a bonus action to use Second Wind.
Nice. Go ahead and roll for that. You guys are a pretty thick party. You got lots of health points between all of you, and that is.
Did I roll the right thing? Yeah,
very
D10
much
plus
helping
6.
Yeah, I believe so. D10 plus 6.
Are we winning?
Well, some creatures have run away. Some creatures are running away. You've defeated 2 flame skulls. Well, you've defeated 1 flame skull.
All right, so I heal 8.
That creature skedaddled. You used your second win, and you can use your movement if you would like to. Or wait, your second one's a
So
bonus
my
action,
to be,
right?
yeah, second one was bonus action.
Yeah, so you can go ahead. You can move and do something, or you can double move. Up to you.
Okay, I don't want to go too far because I have people that are left behind, and I don't really have anything to. I don't have any immediate goals, so I just kind of did a little bit of scouting, and I'm gonna hang out here.
Sure. You look around. You peer around these columns. You can kind of see the sides of them. I put little X's instead of squares, so you can tell that those are columns, but they are rectangular. Those are just kind of the faces you're looking at, and you glance around. And you didn't see anything immediately. If you don't want to move from
Yeah,
there,
I guess I'm done with my turn then.
no problem. That's going to go back to Maahes.
I have no monsters in my line of sight, right?
You can barely make out with your dark vision kind of the shoulder of the Cyclops to your upper right there.
Yeah, but it's like what? He's like 3/4 covered though.
Yeah, 3/4 cover.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna try to do a running start and jump across to go back. Is that feasible?
Yeah, but that would be an athletics check since you're going for power distance instead of anything graceful.
Hey, fingers crossed. Come on, good roll. Fuck my life.
Yeah,
That
I'm gonna say you make it most of the way across, but you do fall down the pitfall.
Damn.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you. You fall. You're not gonna take full fall damage because at the bottom of that you are gonna fall into sludge, but you are gonna take. It is going to be 3 points of fall damage, and you fall down into the thick tar below. Yeah, that's not a lot of fall damage, but you have fallen into that tar, and it's gotten in all your fur, all around in your clothes. It's disgusting to feel on your body. It's sludgy and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
This is the same place that Levi fell.
He didn't
He
fall
didn't
down
fall.
there. Yeah, he's sticking to the wall, but this is the level that he was looking at before that he got a vantage point on. Yeah,
Patricia.
Exactly. Yeah, you have fallen down below into that tar, but you did, while you were falling, you got a kind of a glimpse at the area around you. You could actually decide to move Maahes. You're able to stand up in it. It's only about like 3 or 4 feet deep of the tar, but it does count as difficult terrain. So when you move through a square of tar, it is going to cost double movement. So instead of 5 feet, it's going to be 10 feet. But that's going to be enough that you can probably climb up on one of those platforms there.
Okay. And is that an enemy on the northeastern side?
Okay, yeah, that's the Cyclops.
Oh.
This is the level he's been standing on. You can make
Or
it
I'm
there. That would be about 15 feet. And then from there, you have 15 more feet that you can move. You could move into the tar, I suppose, if you wanted to, but staying up on this platform might help.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to move up to that square. What's the range of movement on the Cyclops?
You don't quite know. You do know that he's been moving through this tar, and that has probably been slowing him down considerably the same way that it slowed you down.
Okay. I guess I'm going to go ahead. Am I still hidden or not? Not really.
No, because you used your check to try and jump across and then you fell down with the splat. You're not technically hidden, but the Cyclops, as you can tell, is facing away from you and Wayne, who is up above you.
Okay.
He's up on the wall quite a ways.
Gotcha.
Kind of sticking to it like glue.
Yeah, like Spider-Man.
Okay. So I guess I already took my action then, right? Or do I still get an attack action?
What you have is 5 feet of movement left, as well as a bonus action or reaction if you have anything like that. So I guess you could take your cunning action to hide.
I think I'm going to take my cunning action to hide.
Go ahead and roll for that. The tar is still stuck in your fur, and that would impose, I suppose, disadvantage on dexterity checks. Go ahead and roll for that. The Cyclops can't fucking see anyway. He doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so you managed to hide pretty much, even with that tar sticking in your fur, kind of making it difficult to move around. You are able to hide. Following that, it is going to be HK's turn.
Trying to decide what to do.
Of course.
Yeah, so HK and I actually don't know that they're both down there.
Yeah, that's true. You
Well,
guys
HK
ran over. You guys ran over. to this
HK,
other
did you
room.
see Levi go down there, or do you not?
Levi didn't go down. He's just on the wall, and he managed to get a view of the lower level, but he's not actually down there. Maahes is the only one that has fallen down there.
And we don't know where that other thing went because it went up and away from us.
Right.
I
guess
I don't know that, so I'm probably going to spend 30 feet of movement to move back over towards the chasm.
Yeah, to just check on the rest of the party, because we don't have anything else here to do. You would think we would regroup.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, very good. You chased off that other creature.
Nothing from my perspective would have changed from this position, right?
Yeah, from there you can only see. I mean, you can only see 40 feet with your torchlight anyway.
All right. I think cautiously. I'm going to go back towards the edge.
Sure. From there, you don't see. Well, I guess you might see just barely. You might see Wayne's shoulder or something sticking out if you were lucky. But you definitely don't see Maahes. She is too far down. All you see down is darkness.
Okay. Well, I mean that was my movement and my action.